Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 20th to June 26, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To uncover more layers of the week, check out readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. On June 21st, we have the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, respectively, due to the sun being directly above the furthest points north and south of the equator. The word solstice is derived from Latin and references the sun's apparent stoppage or standstill. This reading explores those themes. So, we have here in the first column, we look at what appears to be stopping or standing still. You have this come to the edge card, King of Cups, the Hierophant, and Five of Swords. In this second column, we look at what is reaching its furthest point this week. We have Reflecting Pool, Stillness. You have the Emperor, the Sun, and the Lovers. So here kind of indicates some life lessons, spiritual lessons are reaching their furthest point this week. And in the third column, we see how your energy is impacted by the solstice. You have Pandora's box, Seven of Cups, Justice, Five of Pentacles. So here in this, what appears to be stopping or standing still, may be you and your sense of courage. This come to the edge card kind of invites you to put aside your fears and take a leap of faith and courage to be your true self, see what is calling out to you, and take a risk. Even if you don't know the particular outcome, or if you don't have a sense of certainty or guarantees. You have here the Hierophant, and this is also a card of needing to take a leap of faith or a concept of faith. With the Hierophant, it's a teacher or an expert to help you see the signs leading you to the path of higher power, higher knowledge, higher spiritual connection. This can be considered also like a sense of education and institution. With the King of Cups, this is a sense of your emotions being stable and coming from a place of love, compassion, imagination, and wanting to kind of elevate everyone to a higher place. For those looking for love, then this would indicate, the romantic counterpart, someone who is both nurturing and romantic, supportive. So here with this, take a leap of faith, risk. These two cards here can kind of indicate maybe a spiritual guru, someone who is like a mentor even, that will help lift you up, to see how you can connect to something that is greater than yourself. So here with the Five of Swords, it's a card of trying to win at all costs, being involved in a lose-lose situation, false sense of victories, basically dealing with conflict and chaos by just really mowing down everything that seems like it is going against you, or even a hint of a threat. It's kind of like the concept of, killing all living things in your yard because you saw a snail and went out and bought a bunch of pesticides and wanted to get rid of that snail, and in the process just killed every living thing as far as the eye can see, that kind of concept. So here with this come to the edge card, it's almost as if a sense of fear is keeping you focused on ideas of extremes, like winning and losing, certainty and uncertainty, success or failure, as opposed to recognizing that everyone's journey is unique to them, and there's different nuances of factors that combine together to create your life. And so you might as well live your most authentic life and recognize that there are things that are greater than you, and that you can be connected to that greatness. So let's take a look at that five of Swords here. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is about karma, changes, ups and downs, and you can fight to be at the top, but that wheel keeps spinning, and at some point that up is going to be down. And the best place to be when the wheel is spinning is at the center of the wheel. So here the King of Cups and the Hierophant kind of indicate a way of finding that that center for you. So let's take a look at the Hierophant here. You have the Knight of Pentacles. I think that's interesting. There's like a snail that the owl is riding on, or a slug. I don't know. There's a shell on it, so it's a snail. So basically, the Knight of Pentacles it's like the slowest moving knight. And this knight is very much intentional about their next steps. They don't really take a lot of risks. They do what is, reliable, what's expected. They do take a lot of pride in their next steps, because they understand that this journey is It's all part of the process of building the world that they want to live in. So in terms of the Five of Swords, definitely the Knight of Pentacles is a better position to be in when that wheel turns. So here with this Hierophant, it may be a kind of needing to find a mentor or someone that you can learn from on figuring out what values you embrace, and also pursuing something of value to you. So for some of you, this is, going to school, getting an advanced degree, possibly even starting a new career path where you're going to need to go slowly, and start kind of from the bottom, learn about something, but really that change in of itself is the risk. And once you get into this position here, being your authentic self, then it starts having some kind of repetitive daily tasks. But for some of you, just even getting to this point of crossing this bridge or climbing this mountain to the Hierophant is a fear. So let's take a look at the King of Cups. You have the Ten of Pentacles. This is a sense of being connected to your community, happiness, having the material wealth and security that you want for yourself and your loved ones. So here, this King of Cups, again, for those of you who are looking for love, then it seems that you can find exactly what you're looking for, but there seems to be this kind of life lesson that needs to, you have to be on that path there in order for it to shift and allow you to see what you find valuable to you and what kind of life you want and the person that you want to share that life with. So here in this second column of what is reaching its furthest point this week is this reflecting pool stillness. So perhaps it is that you feel like you've already been on this journey, or you've been on this journey of, building up courage in order to go up this hill or cross this bridge here. And this sense of stillness is going to be reaching its furthest point and really highlighting what you've learned so far. This reflecting pool allows you to really see yourself, your true self, and appreciate all aspects of yourself, self-acceptance, self-love, and pretty much allows you to kind of be alone and okay in being alone. And, for some people, they don't like being alone, being with someone is better than being alone, but that's a false sense of a victory. And it seems like perhaps you've been doing this like reflection over here and have been going at a snail's pace, but kind of indicates that it's reaching that end point this week. So with the Emperor, it seems to be a sense of kind of boundaries being set, maybe a plan of action in place. You have the Sun card here, and this reading is about the Sun being at the furthest points. So here, Sun is about, enlightenment, happiness, and joy. The Lover's card, it's about making decisions for the long term, finding love in all areas of your life. And the Emperor allows for, protects what is vulnerable so that the lovers can really be vulnerable with each other. So let's take a look at the Sun here. Oh, okay, this card wants to come out. Here we have the Knight of Swords. And here is one of the fastest moving knights. So if you feel like you've been slow, your stillness is kind of reaching its furthest point, and things are going to start, speeding up for you, where things are going to go from perhaps the planning stage into the action stage. So the one thing about the Knight of Swords is that there is a lot of desire to jump in there, to do the right thing, pursue truth, to protect the innocent. There might not be a well thought out plan, so take some time to get grounded before jumping into certain situations. So let's see here. Let's take a look at the Emperor. You have the Sage of Wands, which is the equivalent of the Queen of Wands. And this is an energy of stepping into your power, becoming that force of nature, attractive. Everyone is really drawn to you, and kind of marching to the beat of your own drum and pursuing your passions. This is kind of slightly different energy than the Emperor, but here it's as if it's kind of taking the confidence and the authority of the Emperor and combining it with the more receptive and nurturing energy that queens have. Queens are associated with the element of water. So here with the Emperor, more masculine energy combined with the more feminine energy, active and receptive, it is as if you'll be kind of be able to see that inner energy and power kind of come to light. Let's take a look at the Lover's card. You have the Page of Wands. So it kind of looks like if communications are coming in, good news is coming in. If you are looking, for that love connection, it seems like flirtations are happening. If you are looking for something like a long-term job, an acceptance to a program, academic program, kind of indicates that good news is coming your way. So if you feel like things have been kind of slow lately, seems this week it's really going to call for you to tap into these particular energies. So you might need to kind of be a little sassy and get your flirtation on and possibly jump into action. But again, take a moment to get grounded first, because you do have this Pandora's box over here. And this is how your energy is impacted by the solstice. Pandora's box is something you want to consider the possibilities of negative outcomes or consequences when opening that box. So, there's certain decisions that people will try to avoid or not. What's that? They want to avoid, or they don't want to discuss. They stay away from things. So to some degree, I would say these types of energies, more active energies, is almost calling you to open Pandora's box. So you might find that opening it will reveal a lot of unknowns, but it's kind of as if these cards are saying that you are ready for it. With the Seven of Cups, this is about your desires, your imagination, potential outcomes, and it can be filled with whatever it is that your heart desires. What your heart desires most is kind of possibly what's in Pandora's box. So if your heart is desiring something that is full of fear and scary things, then that's what's going to be in Pandora's box. If your heart is desiring something that is, romantic and kind, compassionate, full of love for the community, then that's what will be in the cup, and possibly also what is in Pandora's box. So here with the Five of Pentacles, this is a sense of not having a place to call home, or feeling like you don't belong. It's also a card of focusing on wants as opposed to recognizing needs that could be fulfilled. And again, it's a concept of focusing on negatives. If you try to avoid situations because of potential negative outcomes, or not having enough, or a sense of a lack, not meeting certain expectations, and that's where the Five of Pentacles comes in. And it's almost like with the Five of Swords, where Five of Swords is like doing everything to avoid this situation of feeling displaced, feeling that you don't have what you want. So here with the Justice card, it's a sense of truth and moral karma going the way that needs to go. So yeah, it seems like you are this week kind of learning these lessons. Possibly you've done things in the past to avoid certain situations that involve lose-lose outcomes or a false sense of victory, but it's as if you've been really upping your game and tapping into the energies that are for your best and highest good. And now with this Justice card here, it's a sense of really balancing out your power and being prepared to take on whatever pops out of Pandora's box. So let's take a look at the Justice card. You have the Death card. And this is a card of transformations and letting go of what no longer serves your best and highest good. So here, this transformation has really prepared you to step into, a new place of power and really pursue your truth. Let's see what's here in the Seven of Cups. You have the Six of Cups, and this is a card of nostalgia, balance, harmony, and inner child. So here it may be calling on you to reflect on certain things that gave you a sense of peace and comfort when you were younger, having that sense of innocence and not really thinking that the world was full of negativity. Let's take a look at the Five of Pentacles here. You have the Moon. So definitely this concept of not having certainty, lack of clarity, where there's potential for self-doubt and fear to creep in. That is something that going forward you are aware is a potential when you look at things that you don't really have a clear grasp on. Trying something new, to some degree, this taking a risk, coming to the edge, is in a way opening Pandora's box because you don't know where that risk is going to lead you, but it indicates that reflecting on your values, who you are, accepting the different aspects and qualities of yourself, and balancing those and choosing to pursue your truth is going to allow you to really let go of what isn't serving your best and highest good and transform into what you need, so that whatever risk you're taking, karma will make sure that the result is fair. And it's not to say that this transformation is going to be easy, but seems like you are poised for this transformation, and that you will come out in a good position. There's a sense of excitement. So don't fear what is in Pandora's box. Just make sure that you take a moment to get grounded and tap into these positive energies before you open it. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.